Right, Craig, as a young player who kind of came through at Celtic at a young age, what would you have seen here today that would have helped you prepare for the pressures of such an environment?
I think first of all the events, it's invaluable to these young lads. As an old retired player, I just hope that they take on board what's on offer, the experience and the knowledge that the staff have got, and the providers that are what they're providing. As I said, it's invaluable. Advanta, first of all, who's a business partner of ours, they're providing the financial knowledge. So whether it's how to avoid debt, how to up your credit report in terms of young kids applying for mobile phone credit, etc. And then just going deeper into the likes of savings and investments and planning for the future. It's a difficult concept to take on as a young player at 17, 18 year old. I understand that, I've been there. However, you get to the other side of your career, and I don't think there's too many in my position will look back and say I would do the same again. I think they would, in terms of finances, look after things slightly different, and that's what we've tried to provide today. Of course, the mental health provision is super important. In terms of, you want to be in your best mental health to allow you to be in the best physical condition to allow you to perform, and the better your mental health is, the longer and the better career that you can go on and have. So again, super important to be dealing with Raj and the guys there at Hampden Sports Clinic and the support service. Obviously the social media section for me is super important. It's too easy for lads to pick up the phone nowadays and get themselves into trouble. It was a brilliant section on the benefits and the negatives of social media, which is, again, it's huge in today's world. All the kids have grown up with it. Thankfully, I didn't have to grow up with it. And just hopefully they're aware now of what they're doing in terms of the online bullying and the abuse, which again is gathering momentum, even at government level, gathering momentum. So it's good that they know how to kind of report this and try and combat the abuse that's happening online as well.
Good. So what do you enjoy most in your role at PFA Scotland? Obviously you have a big player facing role, interacting with them a lot, pointing in the right direction, offering advice, obviously you're on the phone a lot, making sure that they're all okay. What do you enjoy most about that role? I think
being out and about at the clubs, I think for me that's one of the best parts of the job. When the job opportunity came up and that was part of the kind of criteria, just going into changing rooms, meeting new faces, getting to know people, catching up with old players that players that are still playing who I knew from my playing days. They're not quite as old as me, so that's quite an enjoyable part of the role. Obviously kind of the membership side of things, I really enjoy that because, and to elaborate, I've probably done that as a player. I was a club rep. I remember being at Edinburgh City and they were an amateur team that came into the Football League, and I remember I used to pack my boots, my shin pads and the membership forms, and I used to take them on the bus for away games, and I had to try and convince the boys to join up because I knew what the union could offer and how they could support. But the guys coming from the amateur game, they didn't actually understand that. So I used to spend away trips walking up and down the bus encouraging people to join the union. So for me, knowing that when you sign people up that they've got that support in the background in case they need it, and then following on from that, when a player does get in contact with you and they need help and they need support, and you can signpost them to the support service or the lawyers or Fraser for a bit of advice, whether it be a club fine or whatever the situation may be, and you help them, so that there's good satisfaction. That for me is the best bit, is actually physically helping the players.
Okay. So just to round this off then, obviously a lot of things they focus not only on the football but situations around football and career paths and choices you can make alongside football. What do you think from today, and just both in general as well, what are the biggest lessons for a player looking to make both a successful career but also a successful person later in life?
I think I get a difficult question, to be honest, Ryan. It's because everybody's different, everybody's character's different. I think the fundamentals of being a footballer are having a good attitude, working hard, being receptive to both praise and criticism, being humble, being level-headed, understanding where you're at in the club in terms of not getting too carried away as a young player who makes an appearance, and as an older player and a senior player, being aware of the environment around you and helping players that are coming on board. Younger players coming into the first team, etc. I think that's quite important because I didn't always have that as a younger player, and that was the kind of culture back then where it was a kind of sink or swim type thing in terms of your personality and your attitude. And I think we're a lot better now as a generation, as a country, at nurturing the younger players. So I think just being aware of your environment, your surroundings, and helping people, especially your teammates, because the more help you get, the stronger everybody is, the better chance you've got of getting results.